Dogs can't tell us when they have an ear infection, so it's up to us to recognize the signs and get them treatment. In this video, we'll cover 5 signs that your dog's ear infection has become serious enough to need a trip to the vet. Keep watching to learn what those signs are so you can keep an eye out for them. When your dog scratches their ears, it's normal, especially after a swim or if they have allergies. However, there is a difference between occasional scratching and persistent head shaking and ear scratching. If your dog is shaking their head and scratching their ears all the time, there might be something more going on. This behavior could be caused by pain, irritation, or inflammation in the ear, and that could be a sign of an ear infection. The ear canal is very sensitive and when infected, can be painful for your dog. When examining your dog's ears, look for redness, swelling, or discharge. You may also notice a bad smell coming from their ears. Discharge can vary in color from yellow, brown, bloody, or black, and it could be thick and sticky or thin and watery. Any type of discharge in your dog's ear could mean they have an infection. However, ear discharge can also be caused by allergies, so it's important to take note of other symptoms as well. If your dog seems to be in a lot of pain or discomfort and is doing these behaviors with their ears, then it's likely their ear infection has progressed to an acute otitis externa, or in other words, an ear infection that has become more severe and will require veterinary attention. Next up is loss of balance. Loss of balance or head tilt is another sign that your dog's ear infection has gotten worse and needs a vet visit. The inner ear contains important structures like the vestibular apparatus, which helps with balance and spatial orientation. When the vestibular apparatus gets inflamed due to an ear infection, it can cause your dog to lose their sense of balance. They may tilt their head to one side or have trouble walking. This symptom often appears with an acute onset. If you notice your dog suddenly losing their balance, it could be a serious sign of an ear infection. This symptom is also common with vestibular disease, which is a condition that causes inflammation or an infection of the inner ear or the brainstem. Fortunately, vestibular disease is usually not caused by an underlying ear infection, and most dogs recover fully from it. But it's still important to have your dog checked by a veterinarian to rule out any other medical conditions that may be causing the head tilt or loss of balance. Another sign that your dog's ear infection has gotten worse is a change in their behavior. Dogs can be very sensitive to pain and discomfort, so it's not uncommon for them to act differently when they're not feeling well. A dog with an ear infection may become lethargic, depressed, or anxious. They may also be less active or not want to play. In addition, dogs with ear infections often develop a strong aversion to having anything in or around their ears. They may flinch or shake their head violently when you approach them with a cotton ball or other object. They may also avoid activities that involve a lot of ear movement, such as swimming or playing fetch. These behavioral changes can be distressing for both the dog and the owner, and it's important to take them seriously. A change in behavior is often an indication that the ear infection has progressed to a point where it is no longer able to be managed at home and requires professional help. So if you notice any behavioral changes in your dog, coupled with any of the other signs of an ear infection we've mentioned so far, it's important to take them to the vet right away. The next sign to look out for is a change in hearing. If your dog seems to be responding less to sounds or commands, they may have developed an ear infection that has affected their hearing. An ear infection can cause inflammation and fluid buildup in the middle ear, which can result in conductive hearing loss. Dogs with hearing loss may not respond to their name being called or may startle easily when you approach them. They may also have difficulty navigating familiar environments or seem confused when given commands. If you notice any changes in your dog's hearing, it's important to consult with your vet as soon as possible. Hearing loss is a serious condition that can affect a dog's quality of life. An early intervention can make a big difference in helping them cope with their hearing impairment. And lastly, head pressing and seizures. Head pressing is a behavior in which a dog repeatedly presses their head against solid objects. It's often seen in dogs who have neurological conditions such as encephalitis, meningitis, vestibular disease, or even brain tumors. Head pressing can also be caused by an ear infection that has spread to the inner ear and resulted in inflammation of the brain tissue. This is a rare but serious complication of an ear infection, so it's important to seek veterinary attention immediately if you notice your dog displaying this behavior. Seizures are another sign that a dog's ear infection has gotten worse. Seizures are uncontrolled electrical disturbances in the brain that can cause a variety of symptoms, including convulsions, twitching, and loss of consciousness. Ear infections that cause inflammation in the inner ear can trigger seizures in some dogs. If you witness a seizure in your dog, it's important to remain calm and monitor the seizure until it ends. Be sure to take note of the time the seizure started and how long it lasted. This information will be useful for your vet when diagnosing the cause of the seizure. Seizures are a serious medical condition that requires treatment. The sooner your dog receives veterinary care, the better their prognosis will be. Watching your dog experience any of these signs can be distressing, but it's important to remember that prompt veterinary attention can make all the difference in ensuring a full recovery. Don't hesitate to seek help if you notice any concerning symptoms in your furry friend. Early intervention can prevent the situation from worsening and ensure your dog gets back to feeling their best in no time. When it comes to your dog's health, it's always better to err on the side of caution. So if you suspect your dog may have an ear infection, don't hesitate to schedule a checkup with your vet. They'll be able to examine your dog's ears and determine the best course of action. Ear infections can be uncomfortable and even painful for dogs, but with the right treatment, they can make a full recovery. So if you notice any of the warning signs we've discussed, don't delay. Schedule a vet appointment today. Do you have any experience with dogs getting ear infections? What did you do to help them feel better? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. And please remember to share this video with others who might find it helpful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.